Hey YouTube.
Part 2.
This is part 2 of Smoking Irishman and Mrs. Smoking Irishman, and all of my family goes on vacation.
Well, first I started to tell you about the boat incident. The boat that we were supposed to get that we rented, actually the people that had it the week before us ran it into a bridge and wrecked it. Yeah. So they had to give us a boat that was a little bit smaller. So we tried to take everybody out on the boat, which was pretty successful.
Well, we didn't have everybody.
No, two people stayed back.
Yeah, 2 people stayed back. So we had 10 people on the boat.
Yeah, 10 people on the boat. And this is a pontoon boat. And Mr. Smoking Irishman is driving. I'm sitting in the back by him. And then... what was it?
I don't know. But there's a whole bunch of people on there.
And one of the little boys decides he has to go to the bathroom.
Right after we left the dock.
Yeah, we're like... maybe 5 minutes after we left the dock. We like just got out into the middle of the lake and I have to go pee. So Mr. Smoking Irishman decides to stop the boat. Because you're in the middle of a lake. He's a young little boy. He's only 5. He's not going to hold it until we get back.
So we were going to throw his life jacket on
and let him get in the lake.
Jump in the lake. Which I know is incredibly gross, but we didn't, at that point, he was doing the little dance. We didn't have much of a choice.
No, we didn't.
We had just picked up the boat. We didn't have any drinks on the boat for him to go to the bathroom in the bottle, nothing. So we didn't have much of a choice.
So he stops the boat. And stops the boat, and the front of the boat goes down into the water. So there's water rushing up over the boat. So everybody runs to the back of the boat, and then the water drains out the back of the boat. Scared the kids to death. And his mom stands up. I caught her sandal that floated away. And she stands up and she says, the only thing I can think of is this guy said that this boat was unsinkable. We're going to prove him wrong.
Yeah. That's how we do things. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right.
That's right.
So, yeah, I scared everybody. The boat didn't sink, but we learned that we can't have all the people on there.
Yeah.
So we just kind of took turns.
Yeah. Basically,
I ran a taxi the whole week.
He likes being on a boat.
Yeah.
Which is good, because we really liked being on the lake, too.
Yeah.
We really wouldn't mind moving to an area that's on a lake.
Yep, we're looking. In fact, while we were up there, I applied for a job. And I think I got a phone call today, but my phone died while I was working. And I got home and plugged my phone in, and it was them calling me. So by that time, it was like 6:30 or something like that. They were, the office people were gone, so I have to call them back tomorrow. But so we might be moving to Wisconsin.
Yay!
But we also saw a bear while we were up there.
Yeah, we saw a mama bear and her 2 baby cubs.
Wild. Not,
wild. Not in a zoo or anything like that. They were alongside of the road as we were driving back from having dinner.
I don't remember where we went for dinner that night. That's where we had pizza. At Coop's, yeah.
Was it pizza?
Yeah. Yeah. Coop's Pizza.
No, it was Old Southern Buffet.
No, because that was way earlier in the week, and the pizza was at the end of the week, and this was like the end of the week.
Oh, okay. So we're driving down the road, and we see this car pulled out, and this lady hanging out the window, and we're like, what is that crazy person doing? And so we look, and there's this mama bear with these 2 little baby cubs, and the cubs go running up this tree, and the mom's sitting there, and in front of them, watching to make sure that it's safe. So Mr. Smoking Irishman's stepdad turns around so that we can get pictures of it. And he rolls his window down and he goes to take pictures with my phone, and you could hear her snorting at us. She was not happy.
I think it's called chuffing. Now, I might be wrong if my Discovery Channel's all bopping around in my head, and after it's either called, chuffing might be what they call lions, but it's along the same lines. Basically, I mean, she was maybe half a football field from us.
Not even that. I wouldn't even say more than maybe 30 feet.
She was more than 30 feet.
Not really.
Yeah. But maybe 30 yards.
Yeah, maybe 30 yards, I guess.
But her 2 cubs were up in the trees. You could see them up in the trees, and she was down at the bottom of the tree just going, basically letting us know that if we got out and took one more step closer to her,
we were in
gonna
trouble.
have problems. But she was incredibly pretty.
Beautiful, beautiful black bear.
Yeah, jet black, a little bit of brown. I think her. Or was she older? Anyway, you could see, like, you know, her face, like where it would normally be brown. It might have been gray. She might have been older. But she was jet black, and she was kind of sitting down at the tree, but then she kind of got a little anxious and was pacing back and forth. And she took off back behind the tree, so then we decided we'd leave. Well, so we pulled around, we drove past them to go find a place to turn around, and when we turned back around, she was back out.
Yep.
So we stopped again.
It was really a neat experience.
And she was all anxious again. She was kind of pacing down around the tree, and then and you could hear her even from across the road still doing the so, but she disappeared, and then all of a sudden the cubs came down out of the tree. So you're pretty sure that she, again, you got to remember, I give a voice to everything, so we're pretty sure she went behind the tree and called the cubs down. And there's two cubs, and one came down, like, he was fast. Mom's calling him, he's going. And the other one came down a little bit at a time, and he was coming down the tree, and he'd look around the tree, and then he'd come back down a little bit more, and he'd look around the other side of the tree.
It was the cutest thing in the world. Like all you would see of him was his face and his big old huge ears. It was just the cutest thing.
Yep. So we had a good time. So Mrs. Smoking Irishman and I are in the hunt for a lake community, right?
Yep.
To move to. Somewhere that's got decent jobs, whatever. Which, you know, in the country nowadays, that's not the easiest thing to find. So, if you notice, we got a little red from being out there on that boat.
Yes, he did. Not as bad as my daughter.
No,
she's like a lobster.
Yeah.
But she's 16. You would think that by now she'd realize she is a towhead, which means she has like white hair.
Yeah. And
very, very pale skin. So anytime she gets in the sun, she's burnt. We put sunblock on her like there was no tomorrow, and that kid is still looking like a lobster.
So yep, Mrs. Smoking Irishman and I are looking for a community by the lake to move to. If anybody's got any ideas or whatnot, let me know.
Yep.
But I did get a call from that place that I applied for, and just to let you know, the place that I applied for is Jack Link's Jerky.
Yep.
If that doesn't mean anything to you, their commercials on TV will mean something to you. Messing with Sasquatch. Yep.
One quick thing before we go. I collect Monopoly games. I don't know why, I just do. I have one from the 60s that has never been opened. Like, the little plastic pieces are still in the original plastic bags that they come in, and everything is still sealed.
But if it's not been opened, how do you know that?
Well, because then they didn't put plastic around the boxes.
Oh, okay.
So, we're up there, and...
So then it has been opened.
No, it has not.
It just hasn't been played.
So I've probably got anywhere between 10 to 20 different Monopoly games. We're up there and we meet this couple that is 2 cabins away from us that live there year round. Greatest people. I mean, they were friendly, they were inviting.
I'm just saying that because they gave you something.
No, that is not true. Anyways, so they take us over to their cabin and they show us their collection of stuff that they get from Jack's Links. And we look at all the stuff and it's really, really cool. All the pictures of Sasquatch and all this, the t-shirts and hats and can koozies and just tons and tons of things. And the very last thing he shows me is Squatchopoly, which is a Sasquatch Monopoly game. And I could not control my enthusiasm. I mean, I collect them, He gave me one. He said he had 5 of them. So they were never sold. They were only given to employees of Jack Links. So I now have something that was not bought at like Walmart or Target or anything like that. It was only produced for their employees. So I was really excited about that. And of course, you know, Mr. Smoking Irishman over here is like, are you going to open it? Let's play. Let's play.
You got to open
Nope.
it. It's a game. If you don't open it, it loses all of its essence as a game.
No, it does not. It is not getting opened because, I mean, if they're not even going to sell it in a store, imagine what it could be worth in 50 years.
Yeah. So, that's where I applied. So, I called them back. But if anybody else has any other ideas or knows of anything,
Let us know.
So, hopefully, I mean, I know this is our vacation and it may be boring to you, but we thought we'd share about it. We had a really good, laid-back time.
We did. We very much enjoyed it.
We want to live on a lake. We want to buy a boat. And I'm tired of working for buttheads.
Me too.
So, I'd like to eventually start my own business.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Something we could do together.
Tired of making other people rich.
That's right. Let's make us rich.
Yeah. Not rich, just comfortable.
Comfortable. Yeah.
So, well, that's it, guys. We're gonna go home. This thing is drooling all over me, and it's nasty. It's good other than that. We're gonna go home and have dinner and probably upload these, go to bed, and do the whole thing all over again tomorrow. So, thanks a lot, guys. As always, go, what were you gonna say? Were you gonna say it?
I was going to say something.
Then go say it.
As always, wherever you go,
Whatever you do,
may the luck of the Irish
be there with you.
Bye, guys.
Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.